An open sail was the last that I saw of my neighbor's grandkid when he sat on the trail of the cruel bird who's taken his sister away. And our odd little village seems stranger each day. Winds are shifting, better listen, and old men must learn new tricks. Better step right or the wind might just up and blow you down. An open sail, the sign of new neighbors, the voices foreign, they're covered in scale. But I've no choice but to take it in stride. It's a fool who will try to tussle the tide. Winds are shifting, better listen, and old men must learn new tricks. Better step right or the wind might just up and blow you down. Nothing sadder than the man who can't move on. Like it or not, no one slows the march of time. I'll sound the bell, you hang tightly to the rail, and all that is left is two planted feet and an open sail. That one is, it was definitely inspired by wanting to, it's written in the perspective of kind of an older guy who's lived in the same town his whole life, but still tries to, embrace the new changes as they come and be flexible. And, as our world is rapidly changing, I kind of pinned that onto the fantasy setting of he gets new neighbors, but they're strange fish people, and they don't speak the same language, but he still welcomes them all the same. So having an open mind and open sail was the purpose for that song. Quite alone, misplaced my home, traded a good night's sleep for the open road. Got to thinking, needed a cause to sink in, nothing like marching along to the sound of a nobleman's banner a-clinking. 1,000 young-eyed men drew arms, muttered amen, but goblin hordes descended on us, we knew we'd be buried as virgins. But one so chant was enough to raise the spirit high. One slow chant thrust the spears into the orange sky. One slow chant was all it took to join the fray. What I thought were my last words helped us win the day. For Eldon, for Pharaoh, for the cliffs of Quint so green, for Hebra, Akala, hillside so pristine, Cluda, and Nehru, and for the glistening pool. For every heart that beats is one for home, for Hyrule. I was wounded, though many were worse off. I still feel the shot of a marksman's dagger each time that I cough. Remember the names, soldiers killed and names. You can sleep softly at night and enjoy your pastime games. Before the morn, big men curse reborn. Again I will defend my love, and to this cause I've sworn. But one so chant thrust her spears into the orange sky. One so chant was all it took to join the fray. What I thought were my last words helped us win the day. For Eldon, for Faroe, for the cliffs of Quint so green, for Hebra, Akala, the hillside so pristine, Nakluda, Laneru, and for the glistening pool, for every heart that beats us one for home, for Hyrule. And for the glistening pool, for every heart that beats as one for home, for Hyrule.
Clearly, a couple of the songs you had a focus or at least a theme around there. Zelda.
Yes.
And what was the other term? Hyrule.
Right.
That also came from a video game. Was that?
Yes.
That wasn't Zelda, was it?
Yes, it was.
It was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Why? How did you get that vision?
I think we were probably just texting back and forth, joking about. I can't remember the exact moment that it landed on us, but we were probably recollecting a good memory from the game or something, and started writing a song as we were kind of joking back and forth over text, and kind of one thing led to another, and we wrote a couple songs and then started playing out, and the games have been around for since about 1986 with the first game on the original Nintendo, and because it's very broad fantasy themes and just really recognizable characters, it's been a perfect canvas for us to kind of come up with songs for us to kind of spin off of this other creation. For our listeners listening closely, they may recognize some names or things that may sound familiar. Most of our songs are inspired by the video game series, The Legend of Zelda. So this is one such song. This is The Silent Hero. Have you heard of the boy who roams the hills, clad in green and dares to kill all the moblins and bokoblins and the evil that plagues our homeland still? And he never says a word, with a sword that never fails. He knows every hidden trail, speaks a legend that we all know so well. And you know of what I speak, Princess trapped in Ganon's keep, holds a power from a time so long ago. But when timing is involved, will the silent boy evolve? Will the legend that we have heard from thee, stories of our poor home's victories? When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, that a silent hero shall slay the demon king. A silent hero shall slay the demon king. Remember her, the girl from long ago, locked in sleep for all we know, in the clutches of our old sworn enemy. That she cannot say a word, holy light is found in her, descended from our blessed Mother Queen. In a mountain named for death, can you feel the feral breath and the echo of an ancient prophecy? A legend on repeat of the boy who shall defeat. Yes, our princess told us so, so long ago. When she told that a silent hero shall slay the demon king. Yes, a silent hero shall slay the demon king. Yes, a silent hero shall slay the demon king. Silent hero shall slay the demon king. For my day job, I am a student activities coordinator at UMass Amherst.
Ah,
Yeah, and so I'm very fortunate that I get to work with a lot of very motivated and intelligent young people who are at college, and so I went with them to a conference in Denver, Colorado this past February, and that was my first time being in that area of the country, and it was really striking to see the mountains off in the distance, and miles away they still somehow tower over you and over the buildings, and I hope I can go back sometime when I can actually enjoy the mountains.
the Rockies have a calling. Any mountains like that. I mean, they are striking. They're incredible.
This next song is one I wrote pretty recently after this past winter went on a trip for work to Denver, Colorado. And since it was a work trip, I wasn't able to get out there and enjoy the mountains, but nevertheless, I felt the mountains calling out to me and pulling me away from the work I had to be doing. And so this song is called That Temptress the Mountains. When I saw her moon-white hips, when I saw what she bore, I knew I had far to fall down to the ocean floor. But she turned her face to me, and the clouds crowned her brow. Memories of home did fade. And she pulls me away, far away from the ground. She needs no words, I have no words for charm. All of nature bows to her, and the clouds crown her brow. And I felt her gaze on me, had to brave her peak somehow. So I scaled her marble paths and trekked up her cliffs. You would think I knew better than to fall for a succubus. And she pulls me away, so far away from the ground. She needs no words, I have no words for charm. Her face a glowing visage, blinded by pearlescent teeth. Elevation took my head, thought I saw her wink at me. Antlers of lightning royal, so became her evening gown. Dizziness soon overcame me. I tried my best not to look down, and she pulls me away, so far away from the ground. She needs no words, I have no words for charm. When I finally reached the top, where the air was so still, I slowly looked around. It was barely a modest hill. So if you find a mistress in the form of a mountain top, don't you keep on going, you must never ever stop. And she pulls me away, so far away from the ground. She needs no words, I have no words for charm. This album is actually, the themes are still the same, related back to Legend of Zelda. However, it's a completely different genre, as you heard on the sampler, in the style of an ambient subgenre called dungeon synth, and so that uses a lot of kind of more atmospheric synthesized tones, and kind of paints more of a narrative picture with the sounds instead of using lyrics. So that's what I've been working on while we haven't been able to play in person.
That was the synthesizer, that's a little piece of the synthesizer piece
Right.
that you ran.
Yeah.
What's your favorite album from that time?
Well, I would have to say Hunky Dory by David Bowie is probably might be my all-time favorite record.
Really?
And that and I vividly remember the first time I heard Changes on the cassette in our Jeep Cherokee, and just hearing David Bowie's voice sounded like somehow no other voice that I had heard, but also very, very comforting. And so it's definitely a simple and striking album cover, like a lot of his are, that it's kind of just like a headshot. And so yeah, I played that one back to front endlessly. I wanna live, I wanna give. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. It's these expressions I never give, keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old, keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I've crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old, keeps me searching for a heart of gold. Getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Keep me searching and I'm growing old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. My hope is that I recognize that the world is probably going to be very different, just as it was after 9/11, and just daily life is going to be looked at a little bit differently. But because of my job working at a university, I hope that the young people's lives aren't going to be negatively impacted, and that they'll be able to continue on into their careers, and that this, makes people stronger, and hopefully they can find some new hobbies or talents in the meantime, and that people can move forward and be able to go on with their lives. We're gonna bring it on home with one last song tonight. This is more of a traditional song that you may know. This is The Leaving of Liverpool. Fare thee well to you, my own true love. There were many fare thee wells. I am bound for California, a place that I know well. So fare thee well, my own true love. I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, my darling, when I think of thee. I am bound on a Yankee clipper ship. Davy Crockett is her name, and her captain, his name, it is Burgess. They say that she's a floating hell. So fare thee well, my own true love. Never met, return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. I sailed with Burgess once before, and I think that I know him well. If a man's a sailor, he will get along. If not, then he's sure in hell. So fare thee well, my own true love. Now return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. The ship is in the harbor, love. Know that I can't remain. I know it will be a long, long time before I see you again. So fare thee well, my own true love. I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee.
Play it all night long. It's just one chord, so we don't get it wrong. We call this our sound check song.
This is the sound check song. I'm gonna play it all night long. It's one chord, so he don't get it wrong. Call this a sound check song.
This is still the sound check song. Second verse is like the first. I hope it just don't get much worse. This is still our sound check song. We good?